they will be remembered and go down in fame. We will put them in a cage until they learn how to fly, and turn them loose in the sweet by and by. When the time comes to turn them loose, we'll open the cage door and give them a boost. They will fly away to where they belong, filling the trees up and singing their songs. And when you are grown up and out on your own, have a real purpose and sing a real song. Be a real person and don't be a dud, or Barney will have to nip it in the bud. So hush, little baby, and don't you cry. Thelma Lou loves you and so do I. And so do I. We'll put them in a cage until they learn how to fly, and turn them loose in the sweet by and by. When the time comes to turn them loose, we'll open the cage door and give them a boost. They will fly away to where they belong, filling the trees up and singing their songs. So when you are grown up and out on your own, have a real purpose and sing a real song. Be a real person and don't be a dud, or Barney will have to nip it in the bud. So hush, little baby, and don't you cry. Thelma Lou loves you and so do I.
They tell us that the stock market crashed. They say the world has gone mad. Crime is up, people are mean, and even the good guys are bad. But I don't really agree. We still have God's grace. We can find what we need in a simpler place. We should get off our phones and see the world eye to eye. Drive a two-lane road and watch the farms go by. We need a little more country, a place that is not that scary. We need more hay fields, we need more Mayberry. Guy on the news tells us about the latest scam. Can't trust no one except the great I am. But maybe we should look in some other places. A friendly sheriff, a trusty deputy, and smiling faces. Perhaps if we judge less and we don't have to fight, the world will look better in black and white. We need a little more front porch, more blackberries, shelling peas and picking corn, and we all need more Mayberry. What we all need is more Mayberry. A simpler time and place. We need Mayberry. wanna go to this place just to relax for a while and slow down the pace. Go fishing with Andy to his favorite spot, and before we get there, throw in a rock. Fish for a while and eat a bag of lunch. Go back to fishing and catch a whole bunch. Stop by Wally's for a bottle of pop. Then go play checkers at Floyd's barbershop. Then sit on the bench in front of the courthouse and talk for a while with Andy and Barney and Goober Pile. Walk across the street to Walker's drugstore. Miss Ellie will greet you as you open the door. Visit Aunt Bee for a delicious meal. She'll cook you something that will sure appeal. After supper, as you head for the car, Andy will whistle and play his guitar. Then Aunt Bee will say, we have room for the night in the morning. I'll fix you all a breakfast that's out of sight. So the next day was Sunday and we went and worshipped at church. Sin was the sermon, so our hearts we did search. All the businesses were always closed on Sunday, so we stayed another night and headed out Monday. The Maybury citizens wished us a safe trip. We were so glad we stopped by and made many friendships. As we loaded the car and got ready to leave, I realized Maybury life can still be achieved. Then sit on the bench in front of the courthouse and talk for a while. Then before we get there, throw in a rock. Fish for a while and eat a bag of lunch. Go back to fishing and catch a whole bunch. Stop by Wally's for a bottle of pop. Then go play checkers at Floyd's barbershop. Then sit on the bench in front of the courthouse and talk for a while with Andy and Barney and Goober Pile. And Andy will say to Walker's drugstore. Miss Ellie will greet you as you open the door. Miss Andy for a delicious meal. She'll cook you something that will
All right. Hello, everybody. It's good to see everybody here. We got lots of folks in our rooms tonight for a holiday week. I figured we'd have a little bit of a drop off this week. It's good to see everybody here. Man, if you're new here, welcome to the live version of Two Chairs No Waiting. I'm Alan Houston, the host of the show, and I guess the executive producer in-house. I'm the senior executive producer, perhaps. That's it. The copywriter, the audio engineer, video operator. What other titles? The only one I got that works with me is Jan, who just keeps me straight the best she can, which is really somewhat impossible. Thank you, boys, for playing us in. Hey, and it is great to see everybody here. Yeah, video editor, video just recorder, if I remember. Thank you, Mrs. Frankenstein. Seeing there in our YouTube chat room, she popped up there. She has got a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Gosh, you're so nice. She's already a member over there. So, folks, if you don't know, if you're members at YouTube, you can join as a member over there, and you'll end up showing up in green if you see that right up there. You show up in green if you're a member, and of course, if you do a super chat, you show up different, like that one right there. You see, but all the money that you give, whatever YouTube doesn't keep, they keep some of it. Comes to me and helps me keep my podcast going. So thanks to everybody that's a member there. And I want to thank all of our patrons too. There'll be a list of both patrons and YouTube members flowing through in a picture in a little bit. So we'll show that. So we've got a lot of folks here. A lot of folks. I see Bill Knotts. He showed back up. It's good to see you, Bill. Let's see who all's over there. If you are new here, if you go to live.2chairsnowaiting.com, you'll be in the chat room you see way over that way in white, the white one. And in there, I see Nurse Mary, Miss Mayberry, Sarah Blaine, Bill Knotts, let's see, Opie's Charity, Goober Fife, Dan from Yesterday USA, Jim Sherrill, one of our Mayberry Trivia champions, which is what we're going to be doing tonight. So Jim can either throw in answers or correct them if I'm wrong. We're doing, let's see, Chris Gome is over there, Kentucky Mike, Howard Sprague, Plain Don Good, Susan, Johnny Paul Jason, Cody, Indiana Steve, Claudette Beeman, Kathy Hinkley, and Emmett Clark, and a couple of anonymous folks. So it's good to see everybody over there visiting and talking in the main chat room. In our YouTube chat room, you're seeing several people over there. I see Vicky and Rebecca and Teresa, and let's see, I can't really, the Kentucky Rob man, is that what that is? Let's see, of course, Mrs. Frankenstein is there. Fred, Classic TV 1965, it's good to see you here. It's Valerie over the AKA the virtual Mayberry assistant. Oh, that's cool. Nice to have you here, Valerie. We got Sergeant DT. I guess what's SGT D2. I said DT. D2. Let's see. And there may be some other folks over there on YouTube that I just don't see. There's Mike. I see. I don't have a good list over there. And Frankenstein Lover there, Mrs. Frankenstein, and Frankenstein Addict is who he usually is, but he's showing up as Frankenstein Lover tonight. Or is that you, Miss Frankenstein? No, that's him. Yeah, he's Frankenstein Lover instead of Frankenstein Addict. YouTube's changed some of their stuff, so some of the nicknames are not there. Like Jeff Thu is showing up as the Thu Network, I think, so he's showing up over there. So anyway, thanks to all you guys, and thanks to the members over there. I really appreciate all of you guys, especially. But I really appreciate everybody showing up. It's very nice of you. Rebecca said, thanks, Alan, for making me executive producer last week. Yeah, she wasn't here last week, and I made her executive producer. She missed it. She missed it. She was at Silver Dollar City. Oh, that's good. So, yeah, you missed it last week, Rebecca. You were the executive producer last week. Let's see. What else is going on? And we've got our other chat room you see right down at the bottom there. I don't know if I can move it around. I can. That's on Facebook, as you can tell, if you're looking at the room down there. So I see Anthony and Jason, and my wife is in there. I see Jan, Rob and Candy and Sharon and Jeff and Dale. That's probably all that's over there. Usually that chat room is the least active, but it's good to have all you folks in all of them. There's Lindy Lou coming in at 10 to 4 or something like that. I'm not sure. But they're in our main chat rooms. Thank you, Lindy Lou. 8 to 5. That's what it was. Didn't get home to 8 to 5. Keeping late hours. There it is. Wasn't 10 till 2. All right. So tonight, guys, we're going to be doing trivia. We're going to be doing trivia this evening. Miss Peggy showed up over there as well. So again, if you're new here, we'd love to have you joining in on these chat rooms. I know the folks in there love visiting and talking with everything during the podcast, and I know that you guys would enjoy jumping in and hanging on while they're in there visiting with one another. So let's see. I hadn't talked a lot today. I've been home by myself. Oh, Frankenstein Lover's getting me a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Showing some Mayberry love, he said. I have a $20. I have a $20 though. As a fan of Ernest T. Bass, why does Mount Airy sell shirts and hats that say EAR in? Because they're not trademarked. Ernest T. He spells them. They spell them wrong. Because they don't know how to spell Ernest T. That's why. Yeah, that's literally why. And the shirts are not licensed, so therefore they can get away with. So they do all kinds of stuff like that. If you buy licensed products, like only Weavers sells just licensed stuff or things that don't have to be licensed. But if you use some of the stuff like that, especially if it has their face on it, you can't do that. That's not kosher. That breaks the copyright laws. A lot of people think you can just do whatever you want, but you can't. You can't do that. Matter of fact, even here on the podcast, I have to be very careful with stuff. And Weavers has gotten pinged a couple of times. Weavers itself, even for things that are in our newsletter, that's our fan-based Weavers newsletter that'll be coming out tomorrow, by the way, the December and November issue for this year. It'll be coming out tomorrow. But yeah, we've gotten in trouble with the copyright folks. So be careful what you're doing out there. We try to be careful and still get hit with retribution. Let's just say that. So yeah, we don't make any money on Weavers because things like this keep happening to us. So, but if you'd like to support us, you can head over to Weavers and buy stuff, and that would help. At least we would be able to pay for these license violations that we evidently did that we didn't know about. So head over there and buy stuff at Weavers if you'd like to. Let's see what else is going on. I've always wondered, so glad that's cleared up. So yeah, that is the answer. They're selling things that are not licensed. If things were licensed correctly, they would catch that kind of stuff and fix it. Well, or maybe they wouldn't, because I don't know if you guys remember, but there is a t-shirt. Let's see if I can find the t-shirt real quick at Weavers. There is a t-shirt that is called the Mayberry Mayberry Police. Let's see if I can just look for police here. Mayberry Police t-shirt. So it's no longer made, but we still have a few copies here. Let me show you. There it is. Mayberry Police Department. That's not even a thing. It was the Mayberry Sheriff's Department, which just so happens I have on that shirt. Weavers made a shirt called the Mayberry Sheriff's Department. So that is a new shirt that we have over at Weavers. Let's see if I can pull that one up real quick for you. But it actually is correct. So it's the Mayberry Sheriff's Department. The name Mayberry is not copyrighted, so therefore we can use it and we can use this kind of stuff. So, but you got to be really careful. There are things that are copyrighted and trademarked and things that are not. So you got to be very careful. But we made these shirts, and I like them actually better than the Mayberry Police shirt because the only reason I like the Mayberry Police shirts because it sold pretty well at Weavers. It sold pretty well. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. The more you know. There you are. There you go. Give it a little public service announcement and give you that information. But it's always been funny or unusual. Yeah, he said they used the actual image. Yeah, and they don't have the rights to do that. That's just the truth of it. But, hey, I'm a fan just like you guys are. So if I saw a shirt like that, if it was spelled wrong, I might not get it. But I would want stuff that may not be completely kosher, but there was one, so that'd be great. Yeah, CBS actually approved the Mayberry Police shirt. That's what I was saying. Even the licensed products, sometimes they don't know what they're talking about, so they messed up, in my opinion, making that Mayberry Police shirt. So Jan's in the chat room there saying that. Yeah, CBS actually approved that one, which when Andy was still alive, that would have never been approved because he reviewed everything from Mayberry Enterprises. It was Andy owns Mayberry Enterprises, so he would have reviewed that, and that wouldn't have gotten created. So, anyway, There you go. That's way more than you guys wanted to know, but you asked, and you did give me $20 to answer the question. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you very much to both the Frankensteins. I think I can show them both here. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, there they are. Thank you both for the super chats. You guys are awesome. I'm always worried because you guys are very kind and generous. Thank you. Thanks to everybody that helps support me. We've got some other folks that donate straight through PayPal and things like that. So I appreciate y'all, and I try to eventually make you an executive producer. If you haven't made it there yet, you will eventually, because I may be behind. I did notice that on the website for Two Chairs No Waiting, where it lists the producers, I evidently haven't done it since like a year and a half ago. So I've got a lot of work to go back and fill in all of those. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I need to come up with a better way of listing all the executive producers of every episode, because that's a lot of going back and fixing. But I can do that. Whoa, what happened? Oh, I must have closed something. There they are. They're back. So there you go. All right, guys, let's get this show going. Tonight, we are going to be doing the trivia, the qualifying trivia for Mayberry Days. So it's the qualifying round, 16 questions. So if you guys are ready, get to it. Executive pork producer. Yeah, that's right. No, there's no pork. I'm pretty sure there's no pork. It's very lean if there's pork here. So let's see here. Johnny Paul. Let me just all right, guys, let's get this thing going. I'm going to quit reading so I can get in here and get going. So you guys get ready to play the trivia, and we will have some fun after the show. The trivia is going to cover you guys up for right now. So that is good. Keeps me from seeing it. And here we go, guys. See y'all guys after it's over. Enjoy visiting there in the chat rooms.
Let's talk about kerosene pickles. Let's talk about Old Man Rimshaw. Let's talk about Barney's sidecar. It's always fun to hang out with y'all. A loaded goat is causing a stir from the panic he is creating. Come on in, take a seat. It's Two Chairs, No Waiting. Sit a spell and tune right in. We are about to start the show. We have a lot to talk about with the folks that we all know. Opie, Andy, and Otis Barn and the Darlings too. This will be amazing. It's Two Chairs, No Waiting.
Episode number 866, Mayberry Days Trivia 2025, the qualifying round.
It's Two Chairs, No Waiting. It's Two Chairs, No Waiting. Let's start the show.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Chairs, No Waiting. I am the host, Alan Newsom, and it is awesome to have you here with me. I want to thank all of our executive producers who are a part of our Patreon family, but the executive producer in particular for tonight's episode is Mrs. Frankenstein. Mrs. Frankenstein, she's one of our members over on YouTube, and she is the executive producer. But I do want to thank all of our members over on YouTube, and as well as our Patreon patrons as well. You guys are what keeps the show going, and I really do appreciate that, and anybody else that gives. And if you can't afford to give in any way, that's fine. Share the podcast with friends and family and anybody you think might enjoy it, because it's amazing to me how few people even know there are Mayberry podcasts out there. A literal Facebook group about the Andy Griffith Show the other day posted a question. Hey, why didn't somebody start a Andy Griffith Show podcast? I was just like, oh my gosh, I've only been doing it for 17 years. By the way, folks, 17 years ago, I started the podcast back on October the 11th, and it has been 17 years, heading into my 18th year of podcasting. I didn't even mention it last month. because there's been so much going on. But I want to thank everybody that's been sticking around all this time and watching episodes. Guys, there's 865 episodes before this one. Surely there's something out there you can enjoy and have fun with. And tonight or today, whenever you're listening to this, it should be no difference because Mayberry Days is always amazing as a fan. But this year's event in Mount Airy was the 36th annual Mayberry Days. And, of course, it lived up to expectations, as it always does. A highlight every year during Mayberry Days is the Super Bowl of Mayberry Trivia. And this episode, we're going to be going through the qualifying round questions and, of course, the answers for the 2025 World Championship of Mayberry Trivia. Now, folks don't understand what I'm talking about, but just to qualify to get on stage and be in the finals, you have to go through a qualifying round of, in this case, it was 16 questions this year. And we're going to go through all of those questions as well as the answers and see how you do, okay? I don't remember. I need to find out what the number was needed. Janet, if she is in our chat room, she will tell me because she was one short of qualifying to get on stage. It was something like, it was like 11 or something. It was 12. If you had 12, you made it. If you didn't get on. So if you're ready, pull out your paper and your pencil and all that good stuff because you're going to have to keep all the information ready because we're fixing to do the Mayberry Days trivia. I'm going to play a little background trivial music just to make it sound better in the background a little bit because there's a lot of talking in this episode. So let's head on over and check out the trivia for Mayberry Days qualifying round from 2025. Okay, so here we go, guys. 16 questions. Question number 1. Everybody's ready. Here you go. Lester Scobie and his family live in a house rented from Ben Weaver. What is his monthly rent? Okay. Oh, my goodness. All right, so you remember the episode. Lester Scobie and his family live in a house rented from Ben Weaver. What is his monthly rent? Okay, now folks in the chat rooms are starting to chime in with their answers. And it looks like some of them are getting it. So here we go. The answer to that question is $52.50. That's how much Lester Scobie and his family's rent was each month that he paid Ben Weaver. That's from the episode in season 1, episode number 28, Andy Forecloses. Andy Forecloses. $52.50 was the answer. All right, question number 2. Here we go. Opie befriends an 8-year-old runaway boy, George Tex Foley. Where is George from? Where is George Foley from? All right, so if it was during Mayberry Days, you would make your way down to the front in front of the stage where there would be 3 or sometimes 4 judges that you would whisper your answer to. And if you get it right, you get a sticker on your fan because you have to buy a fan. I think it's $2, maybe $3. I don't remember what it costs. All right. And you would give your answer and you'd have to stay up there until everybody had finished. And then we would give you the answer. Where was George Tex Foley from? The answer is Eastmont. He was from Eastmont. So that's from season 1, episode 4, called The Runaway Kid. It's Runaway Kid. It's not it's just Runaway Kid. So I went back and tried to make sure all the episode numbers and the name of the episode, all that stuff is correct. But I could get it wrong, so if I do, feel free to correct me. You can always email me at floyd@imayberry.com and tell me there's a correction I need to make. Question number 3. Ed Sawyer, a stranger in Mayberry, arouses the suspicions of town folks when he seems to know everybody. What was Ed's hotel room number? What was Ed's hotel room number? Oh my goodness, you should know this, right? Because he wanted it because it had just been freshly painted. I remember that. I don't remember the number. All right, Ed Sawyer was a stranger in Mayberry. He arouses suspicions of all the town folks when he seems to know everybody. He knows everyone. What was Ed's hotel room number? The number of Ed's hotel room is, pause if you don't want to hear it yet, you want to think about it, but here it comes. It was room 216. And of course, this is from season 1, episode 10, Stranger in Town. All right. How are you doing? We've had 3 questions so far. Several in our chat rooms have been getting it right. We'd love to have you join us in our chat rooms. You can join us on Monday nights when we record at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join us at live.twochairsnowaiting.com. And there's also a YouTube channel, a Facebook channel. You can join there as well. But that is how you get with us. And you could also be playing along with everybody. We've got chat room folks all over the place having a good time and trying to answer these questions. All right, question number 4, if you're ready. Here we go. Ellen Brown stops in Mayberry while on her way to Nashville on the bus line. Ellen is mulling over a marriage proposal. Name the gentleman who proposed to Ellen. Ellen Brown. Okay. All right, I'll read it one more time so you got a chance here. Ellen Brown stops in Mayberry while on her way to Nashville on the bus line. Ellen is mulling over a marriage proposal. Name the gentleman who proposed to Ellen. The answer, and folks in our chat rooms are definitely getting this one correct. The answer is Pierre. Pierre is the answer. And that's from season 2, episode number 16, The Manicurist. Manicurist. I'm partial to that one. All right. Question number 5. I've only done 4. So are you 4 for 4 or like 1? Here comes question number 5. For the past 5 years, Barney has enjoyed living at the Mendelbright Park Apartments. What was Barney's weekly rent there at Mendelbright's? What was it? For the past 5 years, Barney has enjoyed living at the Mendelbright Park Apartments. What was Barney's weekly rent here? What was his rent? Okay, folks are thinking about it in our chat room. I don't see a lot of people jumping in too fast, but yep, I'm seeing folks getting this one. And I would have gotten this one because I remember the answer. It is $6 a week. And what do I get? Heartache. Nothing but heartache. That's what I would remember it right there. So it's $6 a week. And it is from season 4, episode number 10. The episode is called Up in Barney's Room. $6 a week. All right, number 6. Number 6. Annabelle Silby is the chairperson for the Underprivileged Children's Drive in Mayberry. Annabelle informs Andy that Opie has given only 3 cents, and Andy encourages Opie to give more. Opie explains to Andy that he cannot contribute more money because he's planning to spend his entire savings on a present for his girlfriend. How much were the savings that Opie was going to save? How much was Opie's entire savings? How much was it? How much was he going to squander? Okay, so how much was Opie going to squander his entire savings? How much was it on his girlfriend Charlotte? Hopefully I'm not giving away an answer. All right, so the answer is $2.20. $2.20 was his entire savings. I'm not sure anybody got, Emmett looks like he may have gotten that before the time ran out. But it's from episode 5 of season 1, Opie's Charity. Opie's Charity. Woo, that was a tough one. All right, number 7. Number 7. The Founders Day in Mayberry, let me read it correctly. It's Founders Day in Mayberry, and the committee has decided that the first stranger who enters the city limits will be the, quote, guest of honor, end quote, for the day. Thomas A. Moody is chosen, but in actuality, what is his name? Oh, That's a tough one. So it's Founders Day. You remember that? And they're going to pick the guest of honors, first stranger that enters the city limits. Thomas A. Moody is chosen, but in actuality, what is his real name? What is his name? Oh my goodness. Folks in the chat room are getting this correct. The answer I would not have gotten is Sheldon Davis. His name was actually Sheldon Davis. That's from season 2, episode number 21, Guest of Honor. Oh, good job. Good job, people in our chat room, giving a hand here. I'm not sure who the first person was, but I see Cody got it. I also see Jeff got it, and other people that I can't figure out what their names are. But good job. Good job there. All right. Next question, number 8. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? I mean, these are tough. Now, these are the questions you had to answer just to get on stage to compete for the championship. Remember that. All right. Number 8. When Barney was a young boy, he was smitten with a girl he met at an ice cream parlor. Barney loved raspberry snow cones and would offer his girl a bite, but she would bite off the end of the cone and suck out all of the syrup. Name this girl. I'm over it, though. All right, so when Barney was young, he had a girl he liked and met her, and he loved raspberry snow cones. But whenever he would offer her a bite, she would take it and bite the end off and suck out all the syrup. What was her name? All right, so the name of this girl who was sucking out all the raspberry syrup out of the snow cone, her name was Vicky Harms. Folks are definitely getting that one in the chat room. Good job, folks. That is from season 3, episode number 28. The episode's title is The Rivals. The Rivals. All right. So, wow. Vicky Harms. I stood on that street corner. There you go. All right. Next. Number 9. Why was Andy 1 hour and 6 minutes late for his first meeting with the new mayor, Stoner? Why was Andy 1 hour and 6 minutes late for his first meeting with the new mayor, Stoner? Okay, this is a tough one. Folks are answering different ways. Don't know the answer myself, but the reason he was late, 1 hour and 6 minutes, when he was supposed to be meeting with Mayor Stoner, is he was fishing with Opie. And folks did get that correct in the chat rooms. Good job. Good job. So he was fishing with Opie. That's season 3, episode 3. And it's called Andy and the New Mayor. Okay. All right. Number 10. There's 16 questions, so we're getting close. Number 10. A con artist couple are newcomers to Mayberry, George and Melissa. Melissa claims that Barney has proposed to her. Where did George and Melissa live before they moved to Mayberry? Squirt. All right. All right. So the con artist couple are newcomers to Mayberry. Their names are George and Melissa. Melissa claims Barney proposed to her. Where did George and Melissa live before they moved to Mayberry? The answer is Savannah. They lived in Savannah. All right. I see folks getting it right over there. Good job. So I see Cody jumped on that first over in one of our chat rooms. Good job, Cody. And I see Jim Cheryl's obviously getting these correct. And her real name is Gladys. Yeah, that is true. Her real name was Gladys. Paul Mulick, our trivia expert who gives us trivia often, and I appreciate Paul for doing that. He said her real name was Gladys. That is right. All right. Squirt. Who are you calling a squirt? All right. Question number 11. I loved questions like that. All right. The annual Ladies League Musicale will be held in Mayberry this year. Barney believes he will be chosen to represent his town. However, Farmer Rafe Hollister is chosen. Who is the head of the Mayberry chapter of the Ladies League? Guys, I'm so terrible at these. I'm so terrible at trivia. All right, so the annual Ladies League Musicale will be held in Mayberry this year. Barney believes he'll be chosen to represent Mayberry. However, farmer Rafe Hollister is chosen. Who is the head of the Mayberry chapter of the Ladies League? Oh my goodness. The answer for everybody, you can pause again if you can just pause it and try to think about it. But here's the answer. The answer is Mrs. Jeffries. Mrs. Jeffries was the head of the Mayberry chapter of the Ladies League. This is from season 3, episode number 20. Rafe Hollister sings. All right. Number 11. That was number 11. So here's number 12. Today, many of Mayberry's citizens will enjoy a town picnic. So today, many of Mayberry's citizens will enjoy a town picnic. Andy and Helen, Barney and Thelma Lou are going. Unfortunately, before the picnic, Barney mistakes the bank president and an examiner for the bank robbers. And he doesn't want to go to the picnic because of possible ridicule. What dish did Helen prepare and bring to this picnic? So a lot of times the questions are pretty long because they got to set it up completely because there could be a conflict somewhere else. So he tries to be very specific so you know what episode it's coming from. All right, one last read and then I'll give you the answer. Today, many of Mayberry's citizens will be enjoying a town picnic. Why do I say pickup? A town picnic. Andy and Helen, Barney and Thelma Lou are all going. Unfortunately, before the picnic, Barney mistakes the bank president and an examiner for bank robbers and doesn't want to go to the picnic because of possible ridicule. What dish did Helen prepare and bring to this picnic? The answer is apple crumb pie. Oh my goodness. Jeff Thu got it in one chat room. I see Claudette Beeman got it in another one. And so anyway, there's several good job answers. This is from season 4, episode number 13, Barney and the Cave Rescue. If you guys aren't getting it, I'm not either. So don't feel too bad. I wouldn't have got that. I've known about 3. And I saw the answers recently. I still don't remember. All right. Question number 13. Who did shy Mayberryan Henry Gilly date for 16 years before he finally got the nerve to propose? Who did shy Mayberryan Henry Gilly date for 16 years before he finally got the nerve to propose? Oh my goodness. So do y'all know the name? The name, pause if you don't want to hear the answer. And I'm seeing folks get it in the chat rooms. The answer is Tyler Lee Vernon. Tyler Lee Vernon. That's from season 4, episode number 18. Prisoner of Love is the name of the episode. I know 100% I would not get that one correct. I would have not gotten it. So folks did. Folks are getting it in the chat rooms. Good job. Looks like Henry Bennett even got it. Good job, Henry Bennett. All right, number 14. Barney purchases a World War I motorcycle complete with a sidecar at the war surplus auction held in Mount Pilot. Who does Barney get to transfer the Mayberry insignia onto the sidecar? Okay, that's a good one. Barney purchased the motorcycle with a sidecar. We already knew about that, right? At the surplus auction held in Mount Pilot. Who does Barney get to transfer the Mayberry insignia onto the sidecar? The answer, and folks are getting it in our chat room. I'm impressed with our chat room. I'm not impressed with me because I didn't know this answer. The answer is Charlie Phelps. Charlie Phelps did it. He does good work. It's season 4, episode 16, Barney's Sidecar is the name of the episode. All right, 2 more questions. 2 more questions for you guys. Here we go. Question number 15. the carnival is in town, and Opie and Johnny Paul are trying to win prizes. What did Johnny Paul win at the ring toss? The carnival is in town, and Opie and Johnny Paul are trying to win prizes. What did Johnny Paul win at the ring toss? I don't remember what he won. All right, so the answer to what did Johnny Paul win at the ring toss is a baseball bat. He won a baseball bat. That's from season 5, episode number 31, Opie and the Carnival. All right, and our final question for the qualifying round. Final question. Here we go. Barney decides that Otis needs to be rehabilitated after he comes into town on a cow that he bought from Old Man Davis. What amount did Otis pay Davis for the cow? Barney decides Otis needs rehabilitation. He needs to be rehabilitated after he comes into town on a cow that he bought from Old Man Davis. What amount did Otis pay Davis for the cow? I knew it was a good buy. I remember stuff like that. I have no idea how much it was. Folks, the answer, again, pause if you don't want to hear it yet. You can think about it, but here's the answer. $20. $20, and good job in our chat room. Folks did get this. We got folks all over that one. That one was from season 5, episode number 18, The Rehabilitation of Otis. All right, so there you go. That is all that wraps up our trivia qualifying round from Mayberry Days 2025. All right, the way this works, there were 10 seats available for the final round. We have previous champions by default get a seat. And this particular year, we only had 4 previous champions. So there were 6 seats available from this qualifying round. And we filled them all. I think you had to have at least 12 right to be able to get on the seat. So how did you do? Out of 16, did you get 12? I know Janet Anderson, who's often in our chat rooms. I don't think she's here. She'll probably hear the podcast. I think she had 11, and she was 1 short. And as a matter of fact, it was worse than that. There were 2 people that tied with 12, and so they took the last 2 seats. Poor Janet. She was so close to qualifying and getting on the stage. But it was tough. That was very tough. Hey, I want to thank Kenneth Junkin, who does Otis, obviously, at the Mayberry events with us. He is the one. Let me get out of the way. I'm showing this on the screen, but I am in the way. Kenneth Junkin is from the Hearty Eating Men and Beautiful Delicate Women chapter of the Andy Griffith Show Rerun Watchers Club. He's the man who develops the questions and answers and tries to make sure they're all correct and are as exact as possible for all of the Mayberry Days trivia, including the trivia qualifying round. So I want to thank Kenneth completely. He's the man. Matter of fact, he sent me these questions today because I somehow did not have a copy of the qualifying round questions. I do have the finals, which we will be playing over the next couple of weeks. So now you know what that is like. So you had to have gotten at least 12 of these right to be able to try to qualify to set on the stage and try to win. And I will say our winner was one of these qualifiers. So she won, and I'm very proud of her. Great job beating these amazing champions from the past. By the past, I mean last year and the year before or whatever. They're not like decrepit old champions here. But they are so good at this trivia, and I'm so bad. I'm so glad I get to host the trivia. The finals is what I host as the moderator for the finals, and we will play those in the next week or two here, next couple of weeks, because we'll play round 1, 10 questions, and then round 2, which is 10 questions and the final Mayberry question. And the way it works there, it's like Jeopardy, where all of them have buzzers. They buzz in, and get a chance to win. So you not only have to hear the question, you have to buzz in first and then answer it correctly. And it's 100 points in the first round if you get it right, 100 points if you get it, a negative 100 if you miss it. And in the second round, it's 200 if you get it right and 200 if you miss. And then, of course, in the finals, you bet all your money, or not money, points, whatever you think you want to bet to try to finagle getting that championship. And it was a really, really close one this year. And it has been absolutely awesome. So Cody in our main chat room, he said he got 15 out of 16. That's really good. So he got 11 correct. So did you get 11, Cody? So was the number 11? Was that what the actual number was? I thought you had to get at least 12 to get on the stage. Or did you? Because you were on the stage. Cody's in our chat room, so I want to make sure I get that right. I thought the number was 12. So kind of if you could tell, yes, he said there were several that got 11. Okay, so Janet got 10 then. Okay, so I was given 10 at Janet. So you had to get at least 11 to get on. Okay, so thank you, Cody, because I couldn't remember what the actual number was. I was thinking it was 11 was what she had. So 11 is what everybody had to get. So there you go. That makes you feel a little better if you didn't get very many right tonight or today, whenever you're listening. So if you got at least 11, you would have had a chance to get on stage. So he said, yeah, there were several people that got 11. So there was a tie at 11, and it worked out. It was the exact number we needed to be on stage. So there you go. All right, guys, how did you do? I mean, that's hard. You agree? Plus, we're playing here just on the podcast, listening, having fun, but there's pressure when you're sitting out in that audience and your time, because the way we do it is we'll read the question. And as soon as we read the question, when we finish, you've got 30 seconds to make your way to get in line to whisper to one of the judges your answer so that you can get a sticker or not. And so there's pressure involved in getting down there and giving your answer to the judge. So it's harder, I think, when you're under pressure than it is when you're just sitting in your living room or driving in your car, wherever you might be, listening or watching this podcast. So congratulations to everybody who got really more than 3 or 4 questions right, because these are pretty tough, right? They're pretty tough. We've had several of our big Mayberry fans that say the trivia that we do here on the podcast is often very difficult for them. And in my opinion, these trivia questions are harder than the ones I do at kind of at the end of the podcast every week. Of course, Paul Mulick has been throwing the heat in the last few weeks. He's been bringing some good questions. I was thinking as we were going through that, the question earlier about Barney and it being $6 a week and what do you get? A good question would have been in a 4-week month, how much does Barney pay in rent? So you'd have to do math then. Not only would you have to know 6, you'd have to say 6 times 4 and you can get the answer, right? So I was thinking, wow, that would have been a good question. That's the kind of stuff Paul's been doing to us. So Paul, good job. I enjoy being challenged, even though I can't meet the challenge often. So guys, hey, I hope you enjoyed that. We're not going to do any regular trivia tonight, and we're not going to do more than we've already done because this is Thanksgiving week, and I know people have things that they want to get out and go do. So I won't keep you longer. We've already been about 30 minutes. I do want to thank everybody for staying around with me all these years. As I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, we're into our 18th year. Now, I've been podcasting for 17 years, and we're into our 18th year of podcasting, which is definitely one of the old men of podcasting. That is me. I still watch, like on YouTube. We have all these episodes are on YouTube. You can watch them on YouTube, or you can listen to them, obviously, on your phone. You can subscribe. I would appreciate you subscribe both on YouTube and an audio as well. If you listen to them in your car, you can listen to them on your phone and just subscribe, so you won't miss any of them. But one of the things that I don't understand, and not knocking anybody else's YouTube channels, but my YouTube videos usually get 300, 400 maybe views. And then I see other people that do Andy Griffith Show content, they're getting 24,000 views. And I'm going, what am I doing wrong? Maybe I'm just too in depth and people just don't stick around. Maybe that is what it is. So I do really appreciate you guys that stick around and visit with me, and we have a good time, hopefully talking and visiting. I want to thank everybody for their support, whether it's just showing up, watching the show, or donating to the show. I really do appreciate it. I am very thankful for all of that. So thank you guys for being here. I would love to hear from you. You can call me. You can call me at 256-513-9526. That information is on the Two Chairs No Waiting website. You just go there, you'll be able to see it. You can email me at floyd@imayberry.com, or you can just however you want to get in touch with me. I would love to hear from you. So guys, have a great week. Have a lot of turkey and dressing, or ham and dressing, whatever your preference might be. And we will see you guys next time right here on Two Chairs. All right, we're back, and we've got a few minutes. So I know several people. Oh, I meant to tell this story. I'll tell it to you guys. Let me see if I can pull this up. A young lady that was at the Kentucky event I did a week ago, that I showed you guys last week. Let me see if I can zoom this in where you can't see what it was. Okay. Yeah, I can. So let me show you guys this. So I got a message from a young lady. She's in high school, but is old enough to drive. I know that much. Lives there in Marion, Kentucky. And I got this message. You guys saw the podcast last week. If you did see it, you saw the jokes I told. But here's what she actually said. She said, "Hey, Alan, I saw you perform at the Old Kentucky Hayride, and I must say I didn't find you overly funny. I don't mean to insult you. I just don't understand why you decided to open with a joke about someone hanging themselves and then proceeded to make fun of preachers. I apologize if they were related to your show. I haven't ever watched it or really ever heard of it until then. I hope it brings you much success." So this young lady, I appreciate her taking the time to do that. Well, I've tried not to. I try not to. At least it's little. So Jan said, "You're showing her name." Anyway, I don't in any way. I am not knocking this young lady. She did not get the jokes and all that kind of stuff. But I just thought it was kind of funny that she took time to write that to me and basically tell me she didn't find me overly funny. And well, first off, the joke about somebody hanging themselves, he wasn't hanging himself. He was being hung, and he fell through a hole in the floor. Would have broke both legs if it hadn't been for that rope around his neck. And then the one about the preacher, where I was talking about his wife buying the dress. I wasn't making fun of preachers. I was making fun of that they don't get a lot of pay. The preachers do God's work literally and don't make a lot of money. That's what I was saying. I don't know how she got, I'm not sure how she got from what I did that messages. So anyway, just wanted to kind of share that with you. I just thought I kind of laughed about it. I'm sorry she took it that way, but I don't know. Jambo there says, or Jabo, is that how you say that? Emma, I'm a preacher, and I thought it was funny. I'm a preacher, he said, not Emma. I'm a preacher, and I thought it was funny. Well, it was a joke about preachers and their wives spent too much money and get thee behind me. So I thought it, anyway, oh my goodness. I just thought that was kind of funny. Let's see, went right over her head. I guess it did, Howard. Yeah, those jokes went right over her head. I don't get it. She would be considered uncultured because she didn't know anything about the Andy Griffith Show. Yeah, Pastor Van, did y'all think that was, did anybody else think I was making fun of people hanging themselves? Anyway, God bless her. She's trying, and I'm not in any way upset about that. But yeah, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. The magic trick was good. I just she's probably wondering why the early shows aren't in color. Yes, you may be. Anyway, you guys know me though, so maybe that's unfair to ask you guys that. Thank you very much for subscribing. I do that. ADHD for you. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here with us. Alan, as long as you're doing this, I'll bring the Doritos and Reese's and take a front row seat. Thank you very much. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. I was going to show you guys a little bit of video from tonight. This is from the Mayberry Cruise. I don't know what the audio sounds like, but I want to thank Steve Hinckley and Kathy Hinckley for sending this to me. So let's take just a minute here, and I'll show you just a little bit at the beginning of it because I tell a couple of jokes. You might like them. And you can see me as a black and white version of Floyd. So let's go ahead and start this here and see if I can make it play. And here we go. Yeah, I got to go over here. I got stuff all over my computer. Here we go. Well.
Everybody doing?
There it is.
Yeah, says it on? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's good to be here. About the cruise. Has everybody had a great cruise? Yeah, that didn't sound like most of you had a great cruise. Everybody have a great cruise? That's better. That's better. I got out in the sun and got all bleached out. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I think Joyce and Gary, they got all my color. Stand up for a second, Joyce. Look at that. They drained all the color out of me. Used it for themselves. So, folks, I hope you've had a great time. We've had a great time just relaxing and enjoying each other's company. It's just been so fun. My wife and I, we got off the ship the other day over in Cozumel, and we were walking around one of those restaurants there in town. And so we sat down there, and this family was sitting over to the side of us. But I get over here, and the little boy, he looked at the mama and said, "Mom, are bugs good to eat?" And his daddy got her, "Son, you don't talk about things like that at the table. You don't talk about that. Don't eating bugs, that's gross. Nobody wants to hear about that, so you just be quiet." Well, they were almost finished anyway, so they finished up and they started to get up, and the dad looked over at the son. He said, "Son, why are you asking about bugs being good to eat? Why did you ask that?" He said, "Oh, it doesn't matter now, but there was one in your soup and it's gone now." Yeah, that's right. Y'all heard Andy over here telling about his trying to kill the weeds in his backyard. Y'all heard that yesterday, didn't you? Yeah. He was trying to kill the weeds in his backyard. That's what he said. He was back there and lighting the grass on fire with a lighter, but it wouldn't ever really burn, so it started smoking. Then who did Opie tell it? Was it Helen? Helen, I think he told Helen. He said, "Pa, why are you smoking weed out in the backyard?" Was that right? No, that wasn't it. Well, I know this happened to Aunt Bee. Aunt Bee was in the kitchen. Opie, they were eating dinner, or eating lunch actually there. And Opie had a hamburger. That's what Aunt Bee had made him. And he was trying to get the ketchup out. You know how that ketchup won't come out. And so he had been trying to get the ketchup to come out and couldn't. So she handed it to him. And when she handed it to him, she got it and started, how you try to get that ketchup out of the bottle? She was back there hitting on it and trying to get it to come out, and it wouldn't come out. Well, the phone rang. And she said, "Opie, would you go ahead and get the phone there?" And she kept on trying to get that ketchup out. And he answers the phone, "Hello?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, hold on just a second. Aunt Bee, it's the minister." And she said, "Well, tell him I can't come to the phone right now." She can't come to the phone right now. She's hitting the bottle. Yeah. Well, folks, we have had a special guest with us on this cruise that we are so happy to have with us. And we're going to ask him to come up here if he wants to say a few words to us all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to Dennis Rush, Howie himself. Hey, watch your step there. Be careful. Here you are. Here you are.
Gotta bring it down a little bit there, my tall brother. Guys, just everything. I could go on for hours, and I promised Alan I would not. So just a few minutes, but it would be wrong to try and not thank everybody in this room for making us feel so warm and welcome. And if I could, I'd like to bring this very sedate little lady that she's been with me, put up with me, for going on 9 years now. And Judy? Now you always tell me, watch your step. So, come on. So, before, the special people, again, there's nobody more special than this lady right in front. Sharon, what you've done for us the last 2 years, it's impossible to say thank you. You have made us just new friends, that's all there is to it. And I hope it just continues on and on. Tammy, Dixie, where would my world have gone without your sweet dad? Just that gentle giant of a man. My new friends, Joy and James, that gave me a kickstart last year and said, hey, we caught up with Ron Howard. That's not that hard to do. And with a good push and shove, I was able to finally catch up with him this year. So, and he was nice enough to help us move along. So, my big brother, Alan, and Eric, and Kenneth, and my sweetheart, other sweetheart, not you sweetheart, Chrissy and Mike, and Norm, she is your new favorite person. So, Alan, the things you do for us is just remarkable. So I'm going to make it short and sweet. The entertainment we've had, unbelievable. Wayne, just what a show yesterday. So come on, everybody, you know that. You guys, you broke the ice for all of us. But okay, real quick, Sharon, would you be so kind? Come on up. Short and sweet. This is from Keith and Ron and Judy and myself for all that you've done. It's yours, Lee. Okay. Oh, you better. It's not Christmas. I can't wait that long. I'm glad she's not one of those neat. I'm going to use this paper again next year.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Okay, so this is my really favorite. There's favorites and favorites, but it's the only picture I got with Aunt P. And the whole gang. Ronnie, Barney, Andy. It was our last episode together. And may this not be our last episode together.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Absolutely. All right. Mr. Allen? It's yours, but hey, I want to make it short and sweet, so we got too much fun ahead of us, so.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, we could do another 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Let's give Dennis a big hand, everybody.
All right. So I won't play any more for that, guys. That's I hope you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, they were asking. That was the black and white version of Floyd. There is what it actually looked like. There's Cutter and Cash with the black and white version of Floyd. So that's what I actually looked like there on the stage. And yeah, it was all black and white. The lighting gave me a blue tint at times and gave everybody a little bit of a blue tint. But yeah, I really appreciate Steve and Kathy sending me the videos and stuff of the evening. It was a lot of fun. We probably got more on there that we will play in the next week or two here here on the live show. So show up or become a member, and you can watch it at any time. So, folks, I'm going to let you get out of here. It's after 8 o'clock, and I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and go out and just visit with your family, have a great time, and we will be back. We'll be back here. Thank you. I think Jabo, is that how you say it? I think that was the right way, or Jabo. Thank you very much. All your jokes. Yeah, she just didn't know about it, and she wasn't meaning it. The young lady was not meaning it, probably bad. She seemed to be, I looked at her Facebook page, and she seemed to be very conscientious. She just, I'm not offended in any way. I appreciate that she took the time to reach out to me. That's great. I didn't respond because I'm not quite sure how to. So I think I'll just leave it as it is. But yeah, so it was I hope you guys have a great week here in Mayberry. I'd love to hear from you guys. You can give me a call at 256-513-9526. That information is on every page of the Two Chairs No Waiting site. If you go, or well, not every page, but every one of them related to Two Chairs No Waiting, you can go and find that number if you need it. You can also email me at floyd@imayberry.com. Or if you're on the Two Chairs site, there's a link right there on the side that you can leave a message using your phone, even just talk into it, or a microphone. So, folks, I would love to hear from you. Have a great week here in Mayberry, and have fun with your family. And we will see you guys next time right here on Two Chairs. Good night, everybody.